Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 83, from Monday, November the 10th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungar, and thank you very much for joining me. Happy Monday. Mondays suck, but hey, I'm going to do a movie review for you, so cheer up. And the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Stuck. This movie is directed by Stuart Gordon. It stars Mena Suvari, Stephen Rea, Patrick McKenna, Rukiya Bernard, and Russell Hornsby. Don't know. Really the only person I knew from this film was Mena Suvari. This film is based on a true story, and it's about Mena Suvari plays this woman who works at a nursing home, and one night she goes out for a night of partying and drinking. She takes a little bit of ecstasy, and she drives home, and she hits this guy with her car. And the guy she hits is this kind of down on his luck guy who gets kicked out of his apartment very early on in the film, and he goes to the unemployment agency, and they can't help him, so he has to basically spend the night on the street. Mena Suvari is driving home. She hits him with her car, and he gets lodged in the windshield. And instead of calling the police or taking him to the hospital, she attempts to take him to the hospital, but she doesn't want to get caught. She drives home and she leaves the car with him lodged in the windshield in the garage for like the next 2 days. I have a lot of problems with this film. I remember hearing stories about, I remember hearing like a story in one of my like sociology classes about like people getting stabbed on the street or something like that, and then they fall into the gutter or something like that, and they'll lie there for hours before someone will help them. And it's those stories that make you feel really bad about yourself and like, you know, what would I do if I saw someone lying in the gutter? Stuff like that. This movie is basically a 85-minute version of that story. And it really isn't that much more interesting than that. And the thing is, I watched this movie and it opens with based on a true story. And I started watching this movie and I was like, that is bullshit. That would have never happened. That can't have possibly happened. And I was like, this movie can't be based on a true story. And I read up, and apparently this woman in Texas, I think, hit a homeless person with her car and drove home and left the guy to die in her garage. And he died like 2 days later. I think that story, the true story, without the embellished details and ridiculousness of this movie, would have been so much more real, and it would have said a lot more. But this movie, it tries really hard to make you feel bad. There's a moment in this, there's this part in the film where this little Spanish kid sees the body, and he goes home and he tells his parents about it, and they're like, no, we can't tell them because we're immigrants and we'll get deported or something like that. And people act in ways that no human being would. She tells her boyfriend that she hit a homeless guy. He's like, oh, great, he was homeless. You know, no one cares about homeless people. No one's going to give a shit. And I'm sure some people would react like that, but I feel like the people react the way they do in the film simply to make you feel bad about yourself. To say, like, you know, how shitty are we that this happens and people don't do anything about it. And I didn't like that. I don't like when movies do that to me. I do not. So that really turned me off about this film. I really disliked Mena Suvari in this film. Whoever decided that it was a good idea to give Mena Suvari dreadlocks, she has like cornrow dreadlocks in this film, she looks terrible. And I really get mad at people when people say like, oh, I can't watch the movie because that actor's really ugly and I can't. I'm like, well, there's so much more to the film than just how someone looks, but there wasn't much going on, and there wasn't a lot in this film to really keep me interested or to like it, and it made it that much harder that Mena Suvari had to have awful hair in this movie. And also, she's this kind of caregiver early on in the film, and then in the second day of the film, she finds her boyfriend cheating on her, and she beats the shit out of the girl. Like, she hits her in the head with a frying pan and throws her in the hallway naked, and Mena Suvari doesn't even really care that her boyfriend's cheating on her. It's a completely throwaway thing. It has nothing to do with anything. The boyfriend character, her black boyfriend, who's a drug dealer, kind of offensive. You could tell they were trying to go for like a cult film, and his character was really trying to bring a lot of the humor into the movie, which it did not work. This film attempts at suspense and it doesn't work. It's people basically almost stumbling upon her garage and seeing this guy stuck in her windshield. I really disliked this film. I actually give it a 1 out of 5. It's a really high concept film that I like. I heard about this. I heard about the plot of this film. I'm like, that sounds really cool. That sounds like a movie I could really get behind. But they squandered it. It does not come together. High concept, low suspense. The performances aren't very good. I would say skip it. 1 out of 5. If you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and subscribe. If you have any recommendations or comments, you'd like to see me review any films, leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.